Fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my fucking job. Now I have nothing but this. I have nothing but this website. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. Ah! 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 Ah!
Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. So I ran across this video of Esau flipping out because he got fired from a job. Charlie Kirk incident, or the death of Charlie Kirk, was being celebrated by the left, what you call left extremists, leftists, and to the point where their employers are seeing this on these social media sites and firing them, for doing so. So this guy, fell victim to that. He did some Charlie Kirk video where he was basically mocking the man's death, and he got fired. And what jumped out at me is Esau can't even handle being fired. How is he going to handle his kingdom being taken from him and being under the subjection of the Israelites, man? All right, this is a Edomite's reaction to getting fired from a job, man. Just completely flipping out. Whereas Jake just go through this. This is a normal thing, losing a job, whether it be fired, laid off. Jake get fed up and resign from the job and just look for another one. But this man is reacting as if his life is over, because of a job, man. But it's Isaiah 14:10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, or thou also become weak as we, or thou become like unto us. All right. And that's the other nations in the kingdom of heaven, what they're going to be saying to Esau. Because this is truly who he is. All that, strength, if you will, and intelligence and all of that is being stripped away. People perceiving him that way. Most High is stripping that away. Slaki. The Most High is stripping that away and showing you what he is. He weak, man. This is the average Edomite male. Just weak. All right. All they shall speak and say unto thee, or thou also become weak as we, or thou become like unto us. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, or that pride. Esau, his pride as a nation eventually, but even individually, you see the pride of these Edomites is dwindling, man. Especially, amongst they women is switching sides on them. You hear the rebuke of Esau, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down. When you have other camps as well. But his own woman, I see more of his own woman, talking down on him as much, as anything, man. So the pride of this man is being snatched out of him, man. And he's going back to what he is, the lowest amongst the heathen. It's a grown man who lost his job. He's banging his head on the wall, man. So how much more are they gonna flip out when they, on ships and in chains, being under the subjection of the Israelites, man? All right, but continuing on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna skip to 16. Isaiah 14 and 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, all right, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisoners? Because it's going to be unbelievable when you go back to being the lowest among the heathen, which you are, and you that shaggy caveman looking nation that you are. It's going to be unbelievable that you even had this run. All right, to look narrowly upon somebody is to look at them as if they're small or insignificant. Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? This is the dude that we were scared of. This is the dude that was dropping bombs on everybody. This loser. And that's how the nations is going to look at you. And they're not going to be able to handle it, man. When this kingdom for Esau is going to be in a pitiful case. All right, because they weak, man. This video just shows you that. They weak-spirited. You lost a job. Okay. Now, being unemployed for an extended period of time is no fun. I've dealt with it. Pretty sure other brothers have dealt with it. Maybe things just ain't working out. You can't get a job at the time. But not the day of. The day of you lose your job, usually that's when you just making plans to go to a job hiring agency, or maybe you plugged in somewhere else. This dude totally lost his mind. So, I keep making the same point. When they lose everything, as he was saying in this video, I lost everything. When they truly lose everything, they going to be in a pitiful case, man. They're not going to be able to handle it. Because once again, they weak-spirited. All right? But I ain't going to hold you. Hope that video was edifying. Shalom.